You can sew almost anything into the canvas of a coat. When I was a boy, I started to hide things in the linings of the garments.
Thank you very much and welcome in Greece.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Is it true that some years ago that you used to train on the hill overlooking the stadium? It was for the
Yeah,
boxing?
and I trained in the stadium. It was in August, I think, so the heat was pulverizing. I think everyone thought I was insane.
What other, like, let's say, unique memories you have from Athens?
Well, I should go back to the first one I had when I was 14.
Oh.
I came on a school trip. It was really exciting. We were all beside ourselves in anticipation of it. The boarding school had rented an apartment, so we all slept in sleeping bags on the floor. This all seemed absolutely fabulous until we all got food poisoning at the same time from one of those cheap
souvlaki or
souvlaki. I'm sure it was. That was a very challenging period of time. I think there was one loo in the flat and many sick people, but we had an amazing time in spite of it. And it was actually, funnily enough, the first day I woke up in Athens, everything was vibrating. Like the glasses were vibrating and the windows, and it felt as if an enormous machine had suddenly kicked into motion. We went out on the balcony. As far as we could see, there were armored vehicles. It was when the generals were in power.
Oh.
We were there on a day where they had an enormous military parade. I thought it was an invasion. I thought we're being invaded. Who would be invading Greece right now?
Like, it was like the German punchers, you know. But was it in the 70s, early 70s?
Yeah, but I was 14, so that would have been 71, I guess. Yeah, 71, 72. Is that the right period?
Yes, you're in the middle of them.
Right, and took over the whole city. We spent a lot of time running away from sailors, actually, because I guess we looked a bit strange to them in those days. I had really, really long hair, and I was wearing half a sailor suit. We were kind of all a bit like hippies. I have things I want to do, things I simply cannot do without you.
How did, of all the fashion designers that might have inspired you, British, Hardy Amis. How did Balenciaga emerge as the epicenter? Was his life? Was his sculptural designs?
It's not that he didn't have a domestic life and he had love in his life, but really, in a sense, he almost had a monastic dedication to the work. And his anger was legendary. If he was displeased with something that hadn't been done properly, his anger was legendary, but it had a kind of white light quality. I particularly liked the idea that this was a man who rarely, amongst couturiers, could create and sew a garment from the first sketch to the last button and buttonhole. He could do it all himself, and did do it all himself. And that, surprisingly, was very unusual. I mean, Hardy Amis certainly couldn't do that. Norman Hartnell couldn't do it. None of the great British designers. Charles James, I think, was an exception. There is an air of quiet death in this house.
You're not cursed. You're loved by me. Stop playing this game.
What game? What precisely is the nature of my game?
You still like boxing, and
It's lucky I didn't destroy my hands, because I wouldn't have been able to do this film.
You think you'll be able to box?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Are there any other professions, like sports, that have rubbed in through your cinematic experience, the characters that you have portrayed? And would that be a nice way to keep yourself busy after quitting acting?
Well, I've no idea what I'm going to work at. I like work. I can be incredibly lazy, but I'm much happier when I'm working, so I will be working at something. I'm of an age now where, of course, you really have to choose carefully what you devote yourself to, because there's not so many years when you're going to be doing that thing. Well, learning, really, the greatest pleasure in my entire life, which I suppose accounts for and includes all the work I've ever taken on as an actor. It's really just the learning is the pleasure. This was an ambush.
Stop.
Are you sent here to ruin my evening and possibly my entire life?
Stop it!
After so many American stories that you told, you came back to England. Was
Yes.
it nostalgia? Was it something?
I think it might have been a little bit, actually. You've hit the nail on the head there. Perhaps I sensed that I was coming to the end of my road with this work, but I wanted to go back to England. And that period of time, the 50s in England, it was the period when I was born. I was born into a London that you see in some fashion on the screen. And as children, we played on bomb sites. And I think I just wanted to tell an English story. You caught me at that. You caught me out, yeah.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Thank you very much. How's your Greek?
Very much.
Thank you. You have an extended Greek family. How's your Greek?
So.
Okay.
Whatever you do it carefully.
Μάλιστα. Μπράβο, Θοδωρή μου. Πάντα τέτοια. Το πάντα τέτοια έχει.